If you would like to see this episode before my reaction, head on over to Roosterteeth.com and click on Start Your Free Trial. You can become a first member, and you can get all the benefits of becoming a first member, or you can scroll to the bottom and click on Free Membership. This will make an account on the website, which you can see episodes 1 week before they hit YouTube, and if you become a first member, you can see episodes the day of release. So, thanks for watching, and enjoy the reaction. Welcome back to some more RWBY. This week, sadly, I know, no chapter. This week was a new Remnant, so they're taking a kind of a week break, mostly because they have the extra live stream going right now, which I have currently up, and I've been watching since the beginning. I'll probably watch the entire thing. I probably will even record some of my reactions to some things if the RWBY team shows anything on Extra Life. So yeah. So, without further ado, this one's titled Between Kingdoms, so I'm super excited to see what this one might talk about. Like, well, it's obviously, like, simulating, like, you know, what, like, is between the kingdoms, not just, like, the villages, whatever that, but I'm assuming, stuff like Ranger, you know, like, walking between kingdoms, the roads, the highways, highways, probably just roads, but, travel, like, you know, ship travel, that kind of thing. I don't know. Let's get started on the last. Here we go. Turn down a little bit. Alright, Crow.
So, now you know more about the kingdoms. But,
Yep.
what's between the big cities? Alright, the easy answer is Rim. There's
This
no reason
music.
to beat around the bush. They're out there. And it probably won't go well if you run into one. That's okay, because you're a huntsman. Or huntress. And you've trained at one of the major academies, so you're probably fine.
This is
Just
so
don't
cool.
get yourself overrun by a pack of them.
Yeah, don't get overrun.
Now, after a long day of killing Grimm and saving the world, you're going to probably want to stop at a small town inn. Small villages dot the land between the major cities.
Yep.
You might ask, with the wilderness being so dangerous, why not just live in the big cities? Well, that life isn't meant for everyone.
Yep.
These small towns are founded by people that have a problem with the kingdoms, or don't want to deal with the kingdom's problems, or maybe just enjoy the simpler life and would rather take their chances in the wild than in a kingdom.
Yeah.
It goes about as well as you'd think. If the founders are smart, then there's a good chance these towns can survive for the same reason the kingdoms continue to. Natural barriers, strong defenses, and stubborn citizens.
Yeah.
If you don't have at least a few of those, then the chances of a town lasting more than a year isn't great. Unfortunately, it's not just the Grimm running around ruining towns. Wandering bandits are another threat.
Hey!
These groups
Finally
of
get to talk
usually
about them.
fairly skilled fighters travel the lands, never settling in one place. They often prey on convoys, sending goods between kingdoms. But that's not all. These raiders will often wait for a town to be at its weakest, maybe after a Grimm attack or while its fighters are out hunting, before finally moving in at night and striking. Bunch of jerks.
Yeah.
The worst part is, if the Grimm hadn't attacked before, you'd better be damn sure they will now.
Yeah.
You can't exactly have bandits raid your town without at least a few negative emotions. This is also why bandits never stay in the towns they conquer. With attitudes like the ones they have, Grimm tend to be pretty interested in them as well. As long as they keep moving,
Harboring
they've got
ill
a better
intent.
chance of surviving. Besides these small towns, the areas between kingdoms really depend on the continent. Harsh deserts, icy tundras, lush forests, you name it. At this point, pretty much every inch of Remnant has been mapped out. Although there are some areas that no one's gone into and come out alive.
Top it.
And of course, somewhere out there is where she is.
Interesting. Okay. So they haven't confirmed where she is. Obviously, who we're talking about is Salem. Oops, I'm trying to pull this up like that. Okay. Interesting. So, yeah, I guess that's confirmed that they mapped out their entire world. But yet, you know, Salem is still out there somewhere. They don't know where she is. I don't, because we, as viewers, know the place that she's in is like, you know, like the purple crystal kind of like, hardcore purple kind of outworldish land kind of thing. We as viewers know that, but Crow and like the Brotherhood and like all the law enforcement and all the kingdoms, I'm sure they don't know that. So that's kind of like an insider for us kind of thing. Like we know where she is in a way. Well, we don't technically know where she is, but we know the landscape of where she's at. So if we at all figure out that upper land, or that like Dragon Island kind of thing at the top left of the map, or some kind of outlying island or a new continent no one's explored yet or seen pop up, I don't know, something like that. Then we as viewers know like exactly where she is and like everything like that. But yeah. So I'm super excited about Volume 4. Still am. So we basically had 3 episodes, or 3 chapters, come out, and I was thinking Chapter 4 was going to be more based around Yang, but I can definitely see them not doing a whole Yang episode, because she did have a pretty heavy thing for Chapter 3 with Blake's episode as well. So Blake and Yang kind of shared an episode there. So I can understand them going flip-flopping between all 4 of the girls now, between Ruby, Weiss, Blake, and Yang, like just like, you know, whatever something happens, it'll flip-flop to them kind of thing, or, you know, something important, whatever. I'm still a firm believer that Yang might not actually take the arm, the robot arm. It would be sweet if she does, but I don't think she will. I think she will just sort of like not have an arm, right? Like the promotional pictures that they had for Volume 4 showed Yang with no arm, so it makes me wonder if that's actually going to be her, like her style now. It's like just her no arm, just, you know, one-handing everything. Maybe have an attachment to the arm to like a firing gun or something like that, but I don't think it's going to be a full arm, like a robot arm. I could be wrong. That could have just been like a thing to kind of tease the fact that she hasn't yet made up her mind about getting the arm. Maybe later on she'll get the arm. Like, it's hers. But is she going to use it or not is the big question right now. And we still have Ruby and Ranger traveling to Mistral. Weiss is in Atlas dealing with her dad's situation. I really want to see more of the students of all the kingdoms and all the academies, right? Like Shade and Mistral and Atlas. All of them, all the students that we've seen in the tournament, I want to see them come back and help Team Ruby, Team Ranger, whoever. I want to see them kind of help them out in each other's situation. Like Team Funky. Team Funky is in Atlas somewhere, including CL, Penny's teammate, and the rest of her team as well. They're up there in Atlas as well, so I would love to see them. I would love to see Team Auburn or anybody from Shade, just like anybody. It'll be amazing to see any more students in this new kind of animation style. So I'm super excited. I think this volume is more focused around Mistral, because that's like the main plan for Salem and everything. I'm just turning this video into more of my like thought process about Volume 4 more than anything. But this video was really short, so that's why I'm adding this onto it. But yeah, I think Volume 4 might overall revolve around more about Mistral and the plan of going to Mistral, that kind of thing. Because Salem's big plan was to is next step in the plan, I guess, is take Mistral. Her first plan was to take out Vale, and as a bonus get the maiden power for Cinder. So now she's going for Mistral. Maybe it's a Tower 2, maybe there's something else. I feel like there's something else because Salem did say in chapter 3, yes? Like chapter 3, when she said that she was looking for an artifact or like an item or an object of some description. So I wonder if each kingdom has an artifact or like a object of some description, and when all of them combined, they're like, you know, some kind of powerful thing. I don't know. There's just you could do literally anything with that. So I'll leave all the theory crafting to the Reddit people on that kind of theory. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I have no idea when this episode of Will the Remnant will be aired on YouTube. I'm suspecting a week from now it will be up there, but the moment it hits YouTube, I will put this out on the following Monday. Because I don't know if it's going to come out tomorrow, I don't know if it's going to come out next week, kind of thing. It's kind of hit and miss when it comes to World Remnants, but I think it's next week, so I'm going to plan for next week. But we'll see. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and tune in next week for Chapter 4. Take care, everybody.